Okay, I've made another clock, this time using a piston feed tape to move blocks around to make the different numbers. Unfortunately, as the numbers take about 3 seconds to change, you can't do all the seconds, so I only change the seconds once every 10 seconds, but I'd still have a light flashing to let you know that the time is changing. So every 10 seconds, the seconds change. So there you go, and change to a 4. So that's 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Fairly straightforward how it works. As each number rotates round, it pushes the next one round. We're using blocks and stairs to make the numbers, because I think it looks quite good. The actual numbers themselves basically are, when I was working out the design, so to work the numbers out. 4's a bit weird, but it works. And 7's very diagonal, but but again, the numbers work. They're reasonably clear. Each piston feed tape, see, just moves it around. Some are longer than others, so we have, when you're doing the 50s, you only of course need 0 to 5, 0 to 9 for the 10 for the 10th place, 5 to 9. Now hours are a bit weird because I've done it as a 1 to 12, and each time we get, so when we get to 10, it changes this one to a 1, and then when it gets back, when it gets back to the 0, sorry, it gets back to the 1, it changes that back to a 0. But let's have a look at some of these, shall we? So presently saying 11, for instance. So if I add 1, 12, and of course goes round to 1. Clever, huh? So 2, 3, 4. You don't need me to tell you. And put around 10, 11, and 12. And of course, as each number feeds into the next number. Now, I could have put the marker to tell the system where it is in the loop, in the actual loop itself, but that would have meant putting another line in, and I just didn't like the idea of that. So to keep track of where we are in the loop, that's where the hoppers come in. There is a piece of redstone in there that gets fed from one hopper to the next each time the redstone turns off for a tick. Redstone turns off for a tick, moves on to the next hopper. So all that's used for is just to keep track of where we are in the loop. Doesn't do anything else. Same thing with here. This is just like the 1 to 10 loop, which doesn't actually do anything apart from the fact it just counts 1 to 10. And then of course when it gets to 10, sends a signal to the next one, moves that along, gives you 3 pulses to move the piston tape on 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3. Let me just wait for it to come up. So 1, 2, 3. I can make the pulses closer together, so the pistons can move quicker, but it becomes less reliable. If I have it at this speed, it works. It definitely works, and it's fine. If I make it move quicker, it can work, but occasionally it will completely muck up, and that is just really annoying to then have to go in and manually reset stuff, and it's a whole faff. So it's far easier. Have the piston feed tape move a little bit slower, and more reliably. But yeah, that's it. Another little clock, ticking away quite nicely. Oh, the only other thing I had to do was I'm using my 1 Hertz clock pulse generator that I designed a while ago, and it's 1 Hertz-ish. It's ever so slightly slow, like by a fraction of a tick. So if you run it long enough, it will run slightly slow. But it's such a negligible difference, it's not worth worrying about on this scale. But yeah, it's quite good fun. Pulses. Of course, gives you a little light just to show you every second. So the light flashes every second, let you know, oh, a second's gone by. And then when you get to 10 seconds, the 10s change. Then once the 10s change, the minutes change, and then the hours change. All very good. Anyway, that's it. I think it looks very good. And hope you enjoyed the brief overview. Oh, and thank you to Meat Mallet. What a name! For the inspiration on the design of the numbers. It was his short that I saw that inspired this whole build. So thank you very much. That's it. Have fun. Bye bye.